Welcome to Donmar TV News Channel.
Sa kanyang pinakabagong Talk to the People on COVID-19 kasama ang ilang IATF core members, mismong si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na ang nagpaalala sa publiko lalo na sa mga nabakunahan na ng first dose na huwag palampasin ang pagpapaturok ng kanilang second dose ng COVID-19 vaccine. Sabi ng Presidente, wala pa namang single dose vaccine sa bansa at hindi makakamtan ang kumpletong epekto ng mga bakunang ginagamit ngayon kung hindi mabibigyan ng booster shot ang ating mga kababayan.
I want the authorities and the LGUs to find out why this is happening and to take steps to return to their ma-imber na sila na madala ng mga barangay captain pati mayors. Kindly help us ferret out the persons who have not received the second booster until now.
Ayon kay Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez Jr., sa mga susunod na araw, mas marami pang supply ng COVID-19 vaccines ang darating sa bansa.
Sa Sputnik, mag-uusap po kami bukas at titingnan po natin kung madideliver ng June 9 yung 100,000. Then sa Sinovac, definite na po na darating po ang another 1 million sa June 10 and another 1 million sa June 17.
Dagdag pa riyan, inaasahan namang panibagong brand pa ang malawakang magagamit sa bansa dahil ginawaran na rin ng Food and Drug Administration ng Emergency Use Authorization ang Sinopharm vaccines ng China.
Noong May 20, si Secretary Duque wrote FDA that they were willing to accept donations for Sinopharm coming from China, and today we already granted an emergency use authorization to DOH.
Paalala naman ni IATF Chair at Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, kasabay ng pinaigting na pagbabakuna sa bansa, kailangan ding ipagpatuloy ang mahigpit na implementasyon ng minimum public health standards.
Una, ang mga kaso sa ating bansa ay nagpapakitang muli ng pagtaas mula sa panuong Huwebes ng nakaraang linggo. Ikalawa po, ang mga naitalang kaso sa Mindanao ay nahigitan na ang mga naitalang kaso sa NCR. Atin din binabantayan ang mga kaso sa ilang nalalabing bahagi ng Luzon.
Former Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro and Senate President Tito Sotto are both eyeing the vice presidency, but no announcement yet from their potential running mates. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte has been a presidential frontrunner in all surveys. No confirmation yet if she would run with Teodoro and vie for her father's post. Senator Ping Lacson says he and Sotto are in talks with former government officials on various issues to gauge whether they are competent enough to solve the country's problems.
Yung mga information na pumapasok, hindi pa sapat para masabi namin competently we can address those problems. So we're still in the process of consultations.
Ruling PDP Laban Party is urging President Duterte to run for Vice President with any running mate of his choice. Vice President Leni Robredo, meanwhile, says she's willing to be the opposition's standard bearer. Veteran political analyst Ramon Casiple says it's all a waiting game for now.
Nag-antayan sila sa isa't isa, nag-antayan din sila sa mga presidential support.
Casiple says most of the potential candidates have been contemplating on their political plans for years, but they have to consider several factors in the crucial months before the filing of candidacy.
Kasi yung mga decision at this time, usually may decision ka na, kaya lang there are some things that you have to consider, gaya ng sino ba mga kalaban mo, ano yung chances mo. Pinakamababa na yung 2 years. Yung iba, 10 years na, nag-iisip na magkandidatong presidente.
Experts say the pandemic has affected the candidates' behavior and will also be a deciding factor in the voters' choice.
Under normal circumstances, most of these key personalities would have already made their intentions known as early as last year, December of last year. No? But because of the pandemic, they're still waiting for that opportunity.
Vaccination ngayon, you have to show na effective for the election. At mukhang hinahabol nga ni Presidente. Talagang minamadali niya yan.
Amor Santos, CNN Philippines.
Amid talks on his possible presidential bid, Senator Panfilo Lacson has made it official to reject the offer of Isang Bayan coalition to be part of its presidential nominees in the 2022 elections. He also declined the invitation to participate in a town hall meeting about national security and foreign policy. In a letter addressed to its lead convener, former Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio, Lacson cited the supposed prior statements of Carpio suggesting that he will be a stumbling block in the political endorsements. Lacson adds he was under the impression of being precluded after Carpio's remarks in a television interview that it would be inconsistent and incongruous for the group to endorse him being the principal sponsor of the anti-terrorism law. Carpio and other members of the coalition are among the petitioners questioning the constitutionality of the law before the Supreme Court.
Kasi sa akin, any self-respecting person or individual na na-preclude ka na, tapos ngayon iimbitahin ka. Meron naman siguro akong sariling respeto merong respeto sa sarili ko para pupunta pa ba ako dyan sa inyo? I'm more inclined to decline than participate.
Before this, Isang Bayan convener Attorney Howard Calleja said in a statement that they remain open to discuss things with Lacson in response to the senator's remark that he was inclined to decline the invitation. According to Lacson, they are still in the process of consultation and he has yet to decide whether or not to gun for presidency. But should he decides to run, his running mate will only be Senate President Vicente Sotto III, who convinced him to consider running for the highest post.
Kaya sabi ko, sige, hindi ko na isara yung pinto, pero baka pwede magkonsulta tayo doon sa mga nakakaalam para i-measure natin yung ating kapasidad kung kaya ba nating tugunan yung naglalakihang problema ng bansa. Kasi kung hindi rin lang natin kakayanin, bakit pa, anong legacy pa yung ating gustong ialay? Sabi niya, gusto ko lang ipakita na kayang isolve yung illegal drugs and
Despite having a one more term in the Senate, the 73-year-old lawmaker says he is considering two things for his political career: to run for president or to retire from politics. Kinumpirma ni Senate President Vicente Sotto III na tiyak na tatakbo siya sa pagka-vice-presidente sa 2022 elections kung si Senator Panfilo Lacson ang kanyang magiging pangulo. Pero tatakbo nga ba si Lacson? Ayon sa senador, nasa proseso pa sila ng konsultasyon at wala pa siyang pinal na desisyon. Mayroon pang isang termino si Lacson sa pagkasenador pero dalawang bagay na lamang ang kinukonsidera niya sa ngayon, kung tatakbo sa pagkapangulo o tuluyan nang magre-retiro. May mga ilang politiko rin kasi anya ang nagpahiwatig sa kanyang tumakbo sa pagka-vice-presidente. Kwento ni Lacson, wala na siyang ganong tumakbo noon, ngunit nakumbinsi siya ni Sotto na pag-aralan muna ito.
Kaya sabi ko, sige, hindi ko na isara yung pinto, pero baka pwede magkonsulta tayo doon sa mga nakakaalam para i-measure natin yung ating kapasidad kung kaya ba nating tugunan yung naglalakihang problema ng bansa. Kasi kung hindi rin lang natin kakayanin, bakit pa, anong legacy pa yung ating gustong ialay? Sabi niya, gusto ko lang ipakita na kayang isolve yung illegal drugs and
Sakaling hindi kumandidato, susuportahan pa rin anya ni Lacson si Sotto bilang vice-presidente. Inihayag din ni Lacson na inimbitahan na siya ng Isang Bayan Coalition na maging nominee. Pero posible anyang tanggihan niya ito dahil sa naging komentaryo sa kanya ni retired Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio bilang principal sponsor ng anti-terrorism law sa Senado. Kabilang si Carpio at ilang miyembro ng koalisyon sa mga petitioner laban sa anti-terrorism law sa Korte Suprema.
Kasi sa akin, any self-respecting person or individual na na-preclude ka na, tapos ngayon iimbitahin ka. Meron naman siguro akong sariling respeto merong respeto sa sarili ko para pupunta pa ba ako dyan sa inyo? I'm more inclined to decline than participate.
Sinisikap pa ng UNTV News na makuha ang panig ng Isang Bayan sa issue. Sakali namang magdesisyong tumakbo sa pagkapangulo, bukas si Lacson na makipagsanib puwersa sa ibang partido dahil iba na rin anya ang labanan ngayon.
And I hope maging parehas ang laban pagdating sa social media platforms. Ngayon pa lang, merong akong alam na isang high official, sabihin nating undersecretary, na nag-organize na sa buong bansa, bawat probinsya, hinihingan na ng kota na mag-organize ng at least 2 troll sa isang probinsya.
Nakatakda rin anyang magkaroon ng pulong ang 2 senador kasama si PDP Laban National President Senator Manny Pacquiao.